I think one of the things that strikes me is that from our batch, and I don't have enough data about other batches to say whether it was different, was a few people who were quite clear about what careers they wanted. And a few of them, with somewhat surprisingly, because I know many who come here to forget their engineering background and get to management, in a way saying, I don't want to be on the shop floor, I want a white collar job which sits in an office. But surprisingly, a fair number of them either started their own entrepreneurial ventures in manufacturing or took up a job in a manufacturing company in the manufacturing area, not as managers of it. A much bigger number than you would expect. Second, a few of them were reasonably clear, I guess in the second year, I doubt in the first year, about wanting to pursue higher education and then move on to academics. And probably, I would say half a dozen plus from my batch, which probably is a very high ratio, have continued their academic careers and became professors, mostly, almost completely, only I would say in the US, which of course was the place to go to then. And many of us had aspired to that. In fact, I guess probably at least 20 odd people from our batch or more appeared for one of the entrance exams there, forget what it was called now, but it was another known acronym for the entrance test to the US, the sort of rating that would get you there. I appeared to, and I had half a mind of doing it, but I was not quite sure, and I didn't do greatly and well enough, because the whole idea of that was not so much just to get admission, but if you did really well, you would get a scholarship. And most of the people from my batch who went there did well enough to get scholarships there for a PhD. So that was another career line that people took up. Entrepreneurship, a few, but very few. And among those few also who went into entrepreneurial careers later, did not start as entrepreneurs as soon as they graduated from here. They took up a job. And from our batch, as I recall, there must be hardly a, 3 or 4 who went into family businesses. There were very few who inherited or had a business which they just entered. Most of them took up a job. Corporate careers, yes, the focus was on big name companies, brands, not so much on the monetary benefits or compensation, though the two were linked, so it was almost inevitable. Off-course jobs, you might say, or off the beaten track jobs, not too many went into them. I guess I and another colleague from my batch were the 2 exceptions who joined the government, and the rest took up pretty much the standard corporate jobs. Almost nobody went into something too different.